of all the heavyweight title fights that Muhammad Ali took part in, this one ranks as a stinker. Muhammad Ali versus Brian London. Now, this was a title fight, not a non-title fight, between the British contender and, at the time, the greatest fighter in the world. The match took place at Earl's Court Arena in London on August 6, 1966. 666. Bad luck for Brian London. It was scheduled for 15 rounds, with the match ending in the third round with Ali defeating London by KO. Ali, at 24 years old, had put on a masterful performance against a clearly outclassed 32-year-old, with Ali having the advantage of height, weight, reach, and youth on his side. Now, Ali was 6'3", London was 6 feet. Ali was 209 pounds. London was a beefed-up cruiserweight, entering with a 35-13 record from Blackpool, Lancashire, UK. Now, the Louisville Slugger circled continuously while London dragged doggedly after him for the first 2 rounds, seemingly without a strategy. But he trying to land a single knockout punch to the American champion. London succeeded in landing only 1 blow in the match, and that's generous. A left jab to Ali's jaw midway through the first round, which caught Ali by surprise and left him for a moment stunned and wide open for a follow-through right cross, which London failed to take advantage of. But the blow lacked weight, and Ali was able to quickly recover. Now, when coming out for the third round, London displayed a patent degree of hesitation to come forward to engage, and Ali, sensing this advance to the attack, pinning him back in the corner and throwing a 12-punch combination in 3 seconds in a showboating display of speed and athleticism, but with a suspicion of Ali holding back, with few of the blows actually connecting or possessing weight behind him, and the one blow that did, the 10th, being just enough to lock London down and end the fight, London falling. Now, in a post-career media interview, London described his contest with Ali in stark terms, describing Ali as being big, fast, and he could punch, whereas I was smaller, fatter, and couldn't punch. He stopped me in 3 rounds, and that was it. I don't think I hit him. It was good money, and I got well paid for it. That's all I fought for. Every fight I ever had, I always had to go, but with Ali, I thought, don't get hurt, Brian, and therefore I didn't try, which was wrong, totally wrong. Now, everybody knows Ali's background, Olympic champion, coming up through the ranks. But Brian London, he had a very weird career. He fought until 1970. He was a British and Commonwealth heavyweight title champion from 58 to 59, and he was twice a world title contender, losing to Patterson 59 and again Ali in 66, both by knockout. He was one of a quartet of British boxers with Henry Cooper, Joe Erskine, and Dirk Richardson, who dominated the British boxing scene throughout the 50s and 60s. Now, he had a final record of 37-20 with 1 draw, 26 KOs. The end of his career was terrible. After losing to Ali, he lost a fight to Jerry Quarry. Then he lost later on to Robert Davila, Jack Bodell, he's British confrere, Jim Fletcher, Jerry Quarry in a rematch, and Joe Bugner. He fought all the way into 1970. But what was ironic here, he had a big win in 67 against Zora Fawley, who was one of Ali's last fighters. Now, what was kind of bizarre here, the fight against Ali was for the WBC part of the crown. I don't know if many people know that, but now, before he fought Ali, he fought the great Amos Johnson, winning by DQ in Liverpool. Now, he had lost to Thad Spencer, bet Roger Risher, but lost to his fellow countryman Henry Cooper and Ingvar Johansson, actually, in 1963. Other big wins in his career, he bet Tom McNeely, young Jack Johnson, Pete Rademacher, another contender, Willie Pastrano, Joe Erskine, of course, and some really good fighters as well. But his big thing, he lost even to Henry Cooper's. He bet Henry Cooper's brother Jim, but he couldn't beat Henry. Actually, he fought together 10 years previously, and he lost that fight as well. So again, Brian London again. When he was ranked overall as a top 10 post-World War II British heavyweights, it was kind of a compliment to his But he had a weird line, actually, before he died. He was asked would he have done anything differently with Ali if he fought him again. He said, yeah, we should have shot him. That pretty well sums it up. He had a weird sense of humor. So that's the story of Ali Brian London. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.